Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian Dean from QuickSprout, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can come up with A/B testing ideas using quantitative data. So you already know how important split testing is for increasing conversions on your site, but what do you test? What two elements should you test? And let's say you're replacing a headline. What should the other headline be? Well, if you look at quantitative data on your site, you can get a better idea of what you should be testing and how to test it. So your first step is to log into your Google Analytics account, scroll down to behavior and click on behavior flow. And the behavior flow shows you how people move through your site. So what you want to do is take a look at the starting pages. So these are basically where people tend to end up on your site most often, and then see where they go from there. So for example, if you ran an e-commerce site and you had a product or category page and you wanted people to click through for more information or to read reviews, you can see what percentage of people land on that page end up taking that action. And if you click and hold down the image and move across, you can see all the way across and see where people go through your site. And this gives great information to get for split testing, because if you find that people actually aren't moving to the pages that you want them through your funnel, this would be an area where you could say, okay, no one's going to where we need them to go. How can we do that? Should we change the button color? Should we put the button above the fold? Should we add some call to action, something like that? But without this quantitative data, it's very difficult to know what you should even be split testing in the first place. So this is great information to have. So once you've determined how people already interact with your site and how you might be able to run some tests to get them to go through the funnel that you want, your next step is to see where people are actually leaving your site and maybe run some split tests to keep people on your site longer. So to do that, also under the behavior category, click on site content and click on exit pages. When you look at exit pages, you can pretty much ignore the first two columns, exits and page views, because these are pretty much proportional to your most popular pages on your site. So for example, the number one listed exit page will probably be also your most popular landing page, and the same for the second, third, and fourth. So what you want to do is zero in on this area here, the exit percentage. So this is the percentage of people that leave your site from this page. So they visit this page, and this is also the page that they leave from. So they don't necessarily land on this page first, but they end up here somehow, and this is where they leave. So you want to pay attention to your site average and see which pages on your site are well above or below the site average. So for example, my site average is 58.89%. For this page here, not only are there a lot of exits, but that's just because this is a popular page on my site. Has an exit rate of 82.69%, which is quite high. So this is where I would visit that page and say, why are people leaving? Are there a lot of outbound links? Is the content not as compelling as it could be? Do I not have a lot of internal links to keep people on the site so they don't leave? What's going on here? So this is where you'd want to run some split tests to keep people on your site. And you also want to take a look at pages that are performing really well and see if that would work on other pages on your site. So for example, my home page, maybe there's something here that keeps people from exiting, and I can apply that to the pages that aren't performing as well in terms of exit percentage. And instead of simply applying those things to the page, I would run a split test to see if it actually performs better. Now it's time to apply this same approach to conversions. To do that, click on landing pages from the behavior area of the Google Analytics sidebar. You want to zero in on the columns that have your goals, so the goals that you've set up within Google Analytics, and you want to see which pages are converting best and worst for you. So for example, this page is converting at less than 0.5%. So what could I do to improve it? Well, in terms of testing, I wouldn't just want to test random things like, randomly a new headline or a new button color or something like that. I'd want to go to these high converting pages like this one and see why people are converting at such a high amount on those pages, and then apply and test those things on low performing pages. Vice versa, you might also want to test elements on this page that also appear here and remove them or change them to bump this up even further. The next tool I'll recommend for getting ideas for split tests is called Blog Social Analyzer. And Blog Social Analyzer analyzes the last 20 posts for any blog in terms of popularity. So it'll tell you what topics, what headlines, what language your target audience already likes, and then you can incorporate that into your site's copy. To use it, you want to get your site's or a competitor site's RSS feed. To do that, just head over to their site, so it'll be .com/feed feed, and it'll look something like this. You want to copy this URL, head back to the blog social analyzer, and paste in the RSS feed URL. So this is what at QuickSprout it automatically goes to a feed burner URL. But as long as you put in quicksprout.com or whatever site.com/feed, it'll take you to the RSS feed, and then click go. And what you want to do is see which blog posts have performed best in terms of social media shares. So for example, we have this post here, 11 SEO changes that will give you big results. It got over 891 tweets. So if you're in the SEO niche or the internet marketing niche, you might want to incorporate this into your landing page copy. For example, you'd say something like, what are the big SEO changes that are going to get you big results? Because this is obviously a headline that resonates with your target audience. You don't have to copy the headline verbatim, but you can take elements of it and incorporate that into the landing pages that you're split testing. Finally, we have Buffer app. So you're probably wondering, how can I use Buffer app to get split testing ideas for my site? Well, Buffer has a great feature called Buffer Analytics that allows you to see which social shares tend to get the most traction in terms of clicks, favorites, retweets, etc. To use it, log into Buffer and click on Analytics. And just like with the blog social analyzer tool, Buffer Analytics allows you to see what social media posts have performed best, so then you can incorporate those topics or that language into the things that you're testing. So for example, we have this post here, which is SEO advice for affiliate marketing. Got 57 clicks, 3 favorites. That might be something that I would want to incorporate. So maybe I don't talk about affiliate marketing on my landing pages, and maybe this is something I'd want to test. Say, attention affiliate marketers or something like that. Or the same thing here, something about link baiting performed well, so maybe I'd want to incorporate that into my landing pages that aren't performing so well, so then it would resonate with those people. So that's all there is to using quantitative data for split testing. As you can see, the most important thing is to use Google Analytics to see how people already interact with your site, so you know what to improve, and then you can use tools like Blog Social Analyzer and the Buffer app to see what types of content and messages resonate, and then you can test those messages on those landing pages. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.